Call yourself someone who doesn't follow rules. Independent, unpredictable, hard to control. That's the identity. But look at what's happening right now. Your attention isn't even here. Another tab is open. Your cursor just moved. Part of you is already reaching for something else. Not because this is boring, because this is landing. So your focus splits. Check something, scroll, thin out the moment, not multitasking, just a way out. Now back to the pattern. You had structure this week, something simple, clear enough to follow without thinking, and you broke it, not because it failed, because it started working, so you stepped out. Midway, direction changed. Something unrelated pulled your attention. Flexibility became the excuse. Now you're here again, resetting. Rebellion doesn't look like this. This is avoidance wearing independence as a cover. Structure does one thing you can't control. It reveals output, so you cut it off early. There's a reason this repeats. You get something out of it. Every time your system breaks, pressure drops, expectations disappear. You're back in open space, no demands, no standard. That feeling outweighs progress, because progress builds weight. It locks things in place, fewer exits, less room to maneuver. Consistency starts forming around you. That's where tension shows up. So as soon as stability begins, interference, small adjustments, a new idea, a better angle, a reason to pivot. It reads as intelligence in the moment, refinement. But nothing holds long enough to matter. Everything resets just before it becomes real. There was a moment recently. The pull to continue was there. Staying would have been easy. Instead, attention shifted. Something irrelevant opened. Focus moved. A quiet promise to return. It didn't happen. Not distraction, a choice. You frame it as avoiding limits. The real target is commitment. Commitment removes the exit. And without an exit, you'd have to go all the way. That's what's running underneath, the part that keeps everything unstable. Instability feels like freedom, even while nothing holds. Another layer sits underneath that, winning, finishing something fully. That's where pressure spikes, because a result creates weight. Now there's a standard to meet again, something to maintain, something that can't be explained away. No more figuring it out, no more open-ended identity. Now it's measurable. That's where the break happens. So the system gets disrupted early, before it turns into something that demands consistency. Follow-through isn't the issue, containment is. Momentum builds. It gets interrupted. Something starts working. Direction shifts, just enough to break continuity. Watch how it plays out. Projects don't collapse at the start. They thin out midway, right when consistency replaces energy. There's always a pivot, a new direction, a better method, a reason to restart that feels sharp. But everything resets. Nothing you do has enough mass to pull you into a new reality. You're just floating in the vacuum of your own potential. Floating feels safe. No gravity, no pull, no commitment to a direction. Over time, something forms. You become a tourist in your own life, moving through ideas, touching them, talking about them. Nothing stays. Because staying creates ownership. Ownership creates expectation. So everything remains temporary, even your progress. Listen to how it gets framed. I don't want to be boxed in. I'm still exploring. I move differently. Sounds intentional, the output never changes, no finished systems, no stable results, no accumulation. Just loops. Break structure, rebuild it, break it again. Eventually, expectations drop. Nothing needs to hold. No urgency, no pressure, just motion. without direction that lasts. More freedom isn't the answer. You've had that. That's the issue. Unlimited exits, unlimited resets, unlimited ways to avoid staying. What's missing is constraint, chosen, held, without negotiation. Right now, freedom is distance. Distance from being defined by what gets finished. Distance from consistency. Distance from results that carry weight. So remove the identity, the one that exits early, the one that resets, the one that refuses to stay. There's only one rebellion left. Staying, finishing, holding position when the instinct says move. No announcement, no, this time is different, no visible shift. Just one thing, stay until it's done. No variation, no escape. Because until something closes, nothing counts. All the movement, all the resets. None of it builds anything real. It keeps you untested. So end it. The outlaw is dead.